Today, on a bit of a whim, we decided that we are going to listen to, for the very first time, the brand new Portugal The Man album. This is SHISH. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another album review / reaction here on the channel. If you're unfamiliar with the way we do things around here, normally we will listen to the album from front to back, and when I have someone here with me, like I have my cousin Cody with me today, no relation, we are going to listen to a song, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, listen to another song, talk about it a little bit. We'll go through the entire album, and then after we're done with that, we will give our sort of overall thoughts or our review. So if you just want to skip to that part, that's totally fine. We don't really know that much about this band, so this is going to be pretty new for both of us. I think we both know several of their singles. Everybody knows their huge, enormous song, which is, I just looked, it's got 1,600,000,000 plays, and that's Feel It Still.
Or as I call it, 1966.
Yeah, which is, I've been thinking it since 1966.
Yeah, the song was huge.
And it's a phenomenal song. Like, yeah. It's disgustingly awesome. And the cool thing, actually, now that I look at there, it's not listed in terms of plays, but like all of their other songs, or of their top like 6 or whatever, 5 or so are from that album, because that album was so huge. Yeah, now, the interesting thing about this, and then they had a song Dummy a few years ago, which I was just talking to Cody about, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, everybody get on the dance floor. That was on the radio. But I am familiar with this band because back in 2010, they released this album, American Ghetto, which, Cody, by the way, I think that you... Sorry, it was upside down. I think you would appreciate the artwork for this. So I have copy 8,288 of 15,000. It says right there.
Okay. But
this is how you open this sucker.
Oh, yeah. I have one vinyl album that opens like that. And every time I put it back together, I'm like, I'm bending it.
And then inside is actually, there's a little cork insert.
Oh, nice.
That the CD sits on, which it wasn't doing its job.
Yeah.
Probably because but it's been quite a while since I listened to this. But
so is that just limited to that style of, and the rest was in jewel cases, or what?
It must be. Or they maybe just, they were not a huge band at this point.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, but the reason that I have this particular album of theirs on CD is because this is their trip hop album. And I'm a huge fan of trip hop, as we've talked about on the channel a little bit, even though we haven't started discovering trip hop together yet. I have no idea how to close this, so I will go ahead and close that later. But that album is really cool, and the drums on it are phenomenal, which drums are sort of one of the most important parts when it comes to trip-hop music. And so I really love the production on that album, how it was made. And from my understanding, this band pretty much changes up their style on every album. And I've tried to listen to their albums over the years, and nothing has grabbed my attention. And even as much as I like that 1966 song, whatever it's actually called, I never went and bothered listening to that album. I didn't even know it was Portugal The Man until probably the following year after it came out or something. I didn't know that's who sang that song. Yeah. But I've tried to listen to some of their albums, and nothing really grabbed me at all. Like, hold on, maybe the football game's over now. I think the football game's over. Hold on. Someone was commenting back on... I went and posted on the Grand Theft Auto official delayed release video, and I got 96 thumbs up on my comment that was talking about how I battled through leukemia so I could play through GTA 6, and now they want me to die before it gets there. But someone commented that a mean comment, and so I responded back with like this long thing, and now he responded back with a nice comment, saying, "Oh, that's I agree. Surrounding yourself with things that you whatever." So that was nice. But anyway, sorry. I thought that there might be a good comment from one of my 21 Pilots video that I just released. That
I saw a funny picture today where someone's like, I timed getting my wife pregnant so that I could play GTA 5 on paternity leave, and now they delay it 5 months.
Dude, literally, this is not a joke. I was watching a YouTube video earlier today, one of my channels that I've been following for video game news for the last decade.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. One of the guys on there, he's getting married, and the date that they were thinking about was like November 18th. And the GTA now comes out November 21st or something like that. And so they're literally going to move their wedding because it's too close to GTA.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, that's his job. So
yeah. Well, and it's so funny, but I was just thinking about all the video games. They were talking about all the video games that were supposed to release in March that will now probably get delayed back to May, because I'm also very much looking forward to Crimson Desert. I don't know if you followed that one at all, but it looks like The Witcher meets Game of Thrones meets Horizon, kind of, I guess. I don't know. It looks very much like The Witcher.
It's the Patrick game.
Yes, very much so. And it's by a brand new studio, and it's their first game, and it looks like unbelievable. It's like ridiculous. Cool. And I'm very excited for it. And so now I'll get the chance to play that, but it'll probably get delayed, but they better not delay it to the following year, though it could be. But there's a lot of... Anyway, it doesn't matter. We need to talk about GTA 6. I literally almost cried yesterday when I found out about that.
I rolled my eyes very hard.
It doesn't surprise me, but it just disappoints me to the core of my being. It's so disappointing. And
it was just the other day I was thinking, like, I was trying to think, like, hey, GTA is coming out next year. Did they give an actual date on that? Oh, yeah, it was like May or something, right? And it was like the next day, it was like, nope.
Yeah. I just am so bummed, and Dan Houser from Rockstar just came out with that big interview. I've been seeing clips of it on everything. It's like they never give interviews, and he came out and did this huge, long podcast interview. Maybe he doesn't work there anymore. I'm not sure, but I think he does still work there, though. But Dan Houser...
Benzie's left, I know.
Well, Dan Houser was the guy who's mostly in charge of the Red Dead games, but he's also worked on the GTA games. Okay. And in the interview, he just talks about a lot of stuff that they've never really talked about and confirmed. But he wasn't afraid to get into specifics about like why they did certain things with Red Dead and like who was the strange man and stuff like that. Like they actually talked about things that have just been like myths and legends for the last, that game came out in 2018. So, for the last 6 years or whatever.
Still one of the most amazing looking games ever.
Yeah, and like my number one favorite game for easily. So I have a Red Dead hat up there somewhere.
I might say it's the best game I've ever played. Wouldn't be my number one favorite, but that's personal.
yeah. Well, it's my top 5. I figured it out the other day. I was doing a video.
Yeah. It is like the finest game I've ever played, I think.
Oh yeah,
like,
I would say
just in terms of what went into that and what they accomplished. It's amazing.
Yep. And there's no reason to think that GTA 6 isn't going to be even better.
Yeah, should be.
And I really hope that they put effort into the story, and the success of Red Dead told them that they needed to put success into the story. And then obviously GTA Online is going to be enormous, but I want them to have put a bunch of effort into the story. And I think that they
did.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe there'll be a Portugal The Man song on the soundtrack. I wouldn't surprise me at all. Actually, that doom 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 song will probably be on there. 1966. That could be on the soundtrack. The game's been in development for so long. Songs from this album from 2010 could be on it. But so anyway, we don't have a ton to say before we listen to this. I don't know anything about the members of this band. I don't know how they make their music. I don't know literally anything about it. And I thought about looking it up before we did this reaction, but I was like, let's just go in totally blind and see what we think. I do try, like I said, to listen to some of their albums every time they come out, and nothing really captures me. So I'm hoping this is one I enjoy. Like the cover looked interesting with the dude dragging the fish or whatever. Like it looks like a. Can you even say Eskimo anymore? Is that an Inuit?
I think you should say Inuit maybe.
I don't know. Poor Eskimo Callboy had to change their name to. I don't know. Anyway, the northern person on the cover of the album with the fish. I mean, it could be wherever. It could be anywhere. Sure. But with. And then I think from what I was reading, I did look at the Wikipedia page for this album specifically, and it didn't have anything about production or anything at all, but it did say they released a single called Shush, which I believe had to do with the dog sledding.
There's a song called Mush.
Oh, Mush. That's what it is, not Shush.
Okay.
There's shish.
There's shish,
but
and
mush.
then there's mush.
And mush is obviously the term that you yell to your dogs to have them go to do like the Iditarod and stuff. I think.
Yeah.
And the
shish is the sound that skis make.
when you shish. And
well,
then,
that's shush.
And then there's Knick and Angoon. Who knows what any of this is?
Yeah.
Kokhanockers?
Yeah, some of these, I forget what the what that language is, but that has to be oh god, now I have to look it up. But there's like a whole bunch of slang terms, and Kokhanockers must be one of them.
Sure, I wouldn't be surprised if all of these are. Pittman Ralliers, Angoon, Knick, Shish,
right.
Mush, Tyonek. I mean, that sounds like Inuit language to me. Just it looks like it. The little bit that I know about it. Being a big fan of Northern Exposure.
Chinook jargon. Chinook jargon.
Oh, Chinook. Yeah, Chinook jargon. Okay, yeah.
There's all sorts of words that come from Chinook.
Yeah. And like I said, being a big fan of Northern Exposure, I'm obviously an expert on the Chinook language. So, and if you don't know what Northern Exposure is, please, for the love of everything, go look it up and watch the show. One of the greatest shows of all time.
This guy will watch Northern Exposure, but won't watch Twin Peaks.
I've got it ready to go. I just
I know.
Gotta be in the right frame of mind.
It's so many things you mentioned, or it's like, he needs to watch Twin Peaks.
I know. I almost feel like we should do like I'll watch it an episode or two, and then we'll like do a really quick video.
We should do. I should tell you which episode to stop right before they reveal what the big reveal.
Yeah,
and then see if you can figure out like the mystery.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be a fun.
I'll definitely like let you know, like whether we ever record anything or not. I will definitely like personally like let you know as I go through and watch it, like what I'm thinking, and hopefully if I love it a lot, you and me and Chris should absolutely, when I'm done watching it, if nothing else, do a whole thing on it, because you and Chris both love Twin Peaks a lot, and I think I'm going to love it as well, and I just literally don't know anything about it, so I'm excited to get to that. But we're here for Portugal the Man, and so let's just forego all the other things and say, I will say in this video, I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I don't know if it's a big deal at all, and I don't want to make it a big deal, but these are the first videos that we've been recording since I set up my Ko-Fi account for people to donate to our channel. So if you are someone who's been here before, you're familiar with how we do things, you've watched our content before, just know that I set that up. I talked about it a little bit on our Discord. Definitely go check out our Discord. You do not have to donate to us at all. It's totally fine. But go check out our Discord. We have some really great people there. And through my 21 Pilots videos that I'm doing on the channel now, and I'm committed to do their entire discography, the 21 Pilots fan base, which I believe is called The Click, Cody.
Okay.
They are awesome. They're so nice and wonderful.
Dude, I still say we need to do, just for a fun one-off video, is do a tier, you know those tier ranking videos?
Yeah.
Do a tier ranking of fan bases that you've encountered.
Yeah, well, Polyphia would be at the damn bottom. I got a really mean Polyphia comment today.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I haven't gotten a comment on that video in a long time. So I think it might be people who are watching the 21 Pilots videos coming in and checking out some of our older stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's a lot of new people coming in from that, and I just appreciate them so much. And people who are fans of 21 Pilots, probably fans of Portugal the Man as well. They're definitely in the same kind of department, music-wise. So, all right, track 1 is Denali, and it's 900,000 plays, and then it looks like track 9, Tanana, is 1.2 million. So those must be the two big singles, and then maybe with track 3, Angoon.
Okay.
Everything else doesn't even have listed of plays. This just came out. Did this come out today? I think this just came out today. So, hey, we're here ahead of the curve. So, yeah,
November
whatever.
7th. Yep, today.
Yeah, okay. Let's just get into the album and we'll talk about it as we go.
All right.
Thank you for being here, everybody. This is track 1, Denali, in 3, 2, 1. Synth bass, low passed, like all synth basses seem to have to be nowadays. Whoa! By the way, I did see there's a listing of people who performed on this album on Wikipedia, Cody. I still have it pulled up. It's like a ton of people.
Okay.
Including saxophone, trumpet, trombone, omnichord,
All right.
String arrangements, Wurlitzers.
Love a good omnichord.
Yeah. Whoa. What a riff. Whoa! I was not expecting distorted guitar at all. At all. What the heck? Oh, and the saxophone that stacks. What the heck? Sounds fantastic, of course.
Yeah.
That's such a crazy distorted guitar. Whoa.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh, that sounded awful. That hurt me. Oh. Okay, they're trying things out.
Okay.
Bad distortion is generally never a good thing, but I suppose if you're doing it on purpose. But that was clearly bad distortion. I should change my lights behind me. We can leave them pink, though. Acoustic guitar. There's a lot of things happening on the sides. I mean, the stereo spectrum is bonkers. And that's kind of what I expected, but... I don't mind this saxophone so far. Feels like it's getting louder.
Yeah, it does.
They're pushing the compression knob. Okay, we'll pause it. Okay, what did you think of that? What are your first thoughts of that?
I guess that sounds like kind of what I think of when I think of that band.
Right.
I don't know. It was cool. I don't know. It was I like how all the lines all kind of had the exact same cadence and then ended and they all kind of rhymed together.
Yeah. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the vocals that much.
No, that's okay.
The music was bonkers. That
there was
crazy,
a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was expecting. The music to sound very scrapbooky, like very kaleidoscopy, like which the American Ghetto album is not really like that. It's way like it is a true trip hop album, and I've told you before that like trip hop is such a small genre.
Yeah.
There's such a small pool of artists that I love it when other bands kind of dip their toe into it, and they made a whole album like that. So I totally appreciate them for that. And now, again, that was 15 years ago, so they've been doing a lot of stuff since then. But yeah, I think that did sound similar to that 1966 song in terms of like vocals sounded similar, and I was shocked with the distorted guitar when it came in at the beginning. I was like, what the heck? What a riff. And then the song kicked in, and it was the riff of the song. I thought they were just going to do it as like a joke at the beginning, probably just as like a sound effect, and then the drums and everything would kick in. But
right, because they change up so much throughout that song, but that was kind of a constant.
Yeah, and then towards the end, it really wasn't there anymore. But there was still this sort of distorted something. It sounded more like distorted bass.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the song, but I think there was still like synth bass in there too. Because this. I would definitely say this is pop music.
Sure.
Like alternative pop, I guess. But like,
yeah.
But like, it is like you could throw that song on the radio and it wouldn't sound that goofy next to something like Taylor Swift, which we have to mention in every video now.
So was that sound in the middle, was that really harsh? Was that the drums being super distorted?
Yes, it sounded like a snare drum sound to me.
Okay.
And the funny thing about that is, like, I don't even know how you record something so badly distorted.
Out.
Like, yeah, how do you do that? Like, do you just like record
turn the gain up and hit it once?
Do you just like record the output of? I mean, I'm sure I could do that, but like, it wouldn't be that easy. And to do that intentionally, it did sound really loud too.
Yeah.
Like it sounded loud. So it's not like they recorded a really loud, distorted sound and then brought it down to the level of the song.
Yeah,
it was goofy. I didn't care for that because it was so bad. Like it was obviously like a on purpose thing, but yeah. I don't know. One thing we forgot to do before we started listening was look at the lengths of the song, so I'd like to do that. So that was 4:15, which was really nice length, and then so it looks like track 2 is 2:40. Then we have 4:30, 5:30, 5:30, 2:40, 4:30, 3, and then 5:20. So some pretty long songs on here. So that's I really like that. That sounds really good to me.
Okay, so they are from Alaska, huh? American rock band from Alaska based in Portland.
Oh, okay, sure.
So that would explain this theme and kind of a political statement here with Denali being the first track, because if you remember this year, once Trump was elected, he changed the name back to McKinley.
Don't know anything about that.
The Mount Denali / Mount McKinley is a mountain in Alaska, and it's the naming of it has been like, the American McKinley discovered it, but the natives called it Denali for hundreds of years before then or whatever, So it's one of those things where it was Denali, then the president changes it back to McKinley, and then it goes back to Denali, and
So now it's Denali?
No, right now it's McKinley.
Now it's McKinley again.
Yeah.
Why would you bother changing the name of a mountain? That's stupid. That's just stupid. Right? The people who live there should determine the name.
Exactly, And I think Alaskans think about it as Denali, but
Mount Denali. Huh,
I kind of it's it's the whole the whole discovery of things when there were natives there for years and years.
Okay, and then McKinley. See, I've heard of Mount McKinley.
He may have been like the first American to climb it or something, but I think he discovered it.
Interesting.
Or no, sorry, McKinley was a president.
We're right, but there could be another McKinley.
They named the mountain after. No, it was after the president, but it was an American that named it. It's like, but we've been calling it this other name for a long time. But now that Alaska just became a state in the 60s,
Yeah.
So I think at some point they're like, we're going to honor our president by calling it this. But it's like, okay, I don't have an opinion on this, but that's even their thing over on About the Artist. If you see on Spotify, it says Denial is a river in Egypt. Denali is a mountain in Alaska.
Oh, interesting. See, I've never heard of Mount Denali, but I have heard of Mount McKinley.
Yeah, sure.
So,
for most of our childhoods, it was McKinley.
McKinley, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm on the Wikipedia page for the album, and the only thing, there's really only one paragraph here, and it's about the composition and lyrics, and it says, maybe this will answer what we were talking about. I don't know. It says, Portugal the Man, by the way, to have a period in your name, you're a jerk. Portugal the Man lead singer John Gourley commented that Mush is survival, connection, and ambition. Rural life with moments of danger and absurdity, like dirt bikes, smokers, gunfire, and video games. The repeated line in this song is "We can be family," pushes against isolation, reaching for something solid, which I could see people in Alaska feeling incredibly isolated.
Sure, yeah.
You have a cousin too. One of our mutual relatives moved to Alaska a few years ago. You don't really know her that well, but someone from around here who was related to our Musilek side of the family. She's been living in Alaska for quite a while, and she's talked to me before about how it works. It's basically just a coastline. You have to drive really far.
Yeah.
But she lives in one of the cities, so it's like just a regular city, but
except milk costs like $8 a gallon.
Yeah. But if you live anywhere other than in a city in Alaska, you're pretty isolated from what I understand. So
yeah,
that's interesting. And it says he commented on the song Tanana, simply stating that it voices a generational sadness, searching for fleeting meaning in a world on edge. That could be anything, that could be.
Yeah, and I tried reading the lyrics to this while we were doing it, and it's not exactly a straightforward interpretation, I guess. So
yeah.
I probably won't be delving deep into the lyrics meaning. And
I do just want to shout out by the mixing engineer was John Congleton, and the mastering engineer was Randy Merrill. Okay. And the recording engineers were Kane Richotte, Kyle Smith, Edgar McGray, and Zach Bloomstein. And then the musicians on this, I'm not going to say everyone and what they played, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people who contributed. And like some of them, like a guy just plays trumpet, one guy plays saxophone and baritone saxophone. There's a few, like a lady that does vocals. I did read on their main page that it says the group currently consists of founding member John Baldwin Curley and his wife, Zoe Manville.
Okay.
And then they are joined by different musicians when touring. But the main people are John and his wife, Zoe. And they are like the two main people from the band.
Okay.
So, but interesting. So I don't know. Let's move on and see what we can find.
Yep.
So this is Pittman Ralliers or Ralliers.
Ralliers, I guess.
Ralliers, probably. All right. Shorter song. We'll see what it is.
Okay.
No plays. We're one of the first.
We're the first.
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1. What the heck?
Do they do this stuff very often?
Not that I've ever heard. I wonder if it's the same guy singing. What the heck? Is that a synth bass? That slappy thing in the middle? What the heck? What on earth? He was a little ahead of the music there.
Is punk back, man? Feels like we've been hearing a lot of random punk songs in.
Let's see where this goes.
Whoa.
Wow. Whoa. Dude, this reminds me of something. What is this? Like pitch shifter a little bit. A bunch of bands you would not know, Cody.
Yeah.
The bass is doing so much here. Prodigy, maybe? Yeah, they're talking about McKinley.
They're saying the kindling. I thought they were saying that too. I had to look at the lyrics.
Oh. This is... What, that new song?
Ooh, cool.
I love this. This is goofy and I'm here for it. I'm here for this.
Yeah.
Dude, and that first song had that heavy guitar riff too. Maybe this whole album is their metal album. Maybe this is their like heavy rock album. Let's go.
So we're going to end this song. Unless, I guess, it transitions into the next song.
I think we don't know what to expect from now on. Let's keep listening and see. Let's just listen in.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Or did you stop it? Or?
Oh, no, I didn't stop it.
Oh, let's listen through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I like the subtle acoustic guitar on the left. Ooh, oh. Sorry, I really like noodling acoustic guitar. Mm-hmm. You don't hear it very much. So they're playing with dynamics a lot. This is very quiet. What the heck? Every now and then I something, right? That Kimbra song or whatever?
I don't know that one.
Dude, I'm blown away. This is weird. It's shocking. Dude, that clean electric guitar on the far left.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. I'll bet they are gonna have so much fun playing this live. They can just rock out, you know?
Sure.
Wow. Are they calling the dogs to come mush?
I don't know. Those were people yelling, right? But it sounded like birds.
I thought it was whistles to me. There's so much going on at any given time. The hi-hat's on the wrong side. I have to mention that for Chris.
Oh, if you were playing it.
The drums are from the perspective of someone looking at a drummer, not the drummer's perspective.
Uh-huh. Well, I am an audience member here. So.
Yeah, but it should always be from the perspective of a drummer. This is goofy.
Yeah, this one could not be a single.
Now it is Prodigy.
This is kind of like how that last one ended, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe. This song started with acoustic guitars.
By the way, all these weird titles in here are all Alaskan cities.
Oh, okay.
Not Chinook jargon as I thought.
How do you compose something like this?
I don't know how to compose a regular song, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but I bet you could figure it out. Like, oh, write a guitar part, put the bass part that goes with the guitar part underneath it, and then play with it. Yeah. I mean, but this, we'll pause it after this song.
Okay.
This, sometimes I hear music and I just have no idea of how it was made, and it really intrigues me. And I'm not saying I know how everything is made or anything like that, but generally I have a pretty good idea of like how it came to be. Sure. And with something like this, I talk here on the channel all the time about the different ways to approach recording an album, right? You you go into the studio and they capture the performance rather than creating the performance in the studio. This could not have been performed. This is you sit down with your laptop and over time create these parts and piece them together like a puzzle. And then just, it's so busy at times. It's just so busy. And the far left and the far right, the stereo spectrum is so wide here. And it just feels so busy at times because they're fully utilizing, like, something is happening over here, something is happening over here, something's happening here, something's happening here, something's happening here. And they're all working together tonally, but they're disparate parts. It's so crazy. It feels so hodgepodgey. You know, like I mentioned scrapbook before.
Yeah.
It's very scrapbooky. Now, the song before this, punk song with just like whiny, screamy vocals, which was just so out of place. That was shocking.
Doesn't it feel like we're hearing a lot of random punk songs in albums these days?
I mean, I guess. But I mean, I think what's happening is, and Chris Parker and I talk about this all the time, but it's the freedom to do whatever you want.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and when you release music digitally like this and it becomes the norm, you don't have to worry about, like, they could intentionally write a song. Well, I guess it's always been like that, but I was going to say they don't have to perform all these songs live. You know, so you can record something and release it, but it's just become more acceptable nowadays to have a wide variety of music. Mm-hmm. But I mean, bands still make really uniform, tight knit, you know, consistent albums too. So it's not, you know, but
they don't have to.
No, they don't have to. Whereas I do think that it would have been weird during certain periods of you know, certain decades of music. It would have been weird to have an album with totally, you have no idea what's coming next. Yeah. But nowadays it's definitely more common to have that. But like everything has, you know, everything has felt very rock, very big rock feeling. And the distortion, they're really using distortion. Whereas when I think about that 1966 song, it's all clean, nice tones. Yeah. And hip hop feeling. Yeah. And super vibey with like extra instrumentation. Like
Pharrell would produce or something.
Yeah, yes. And it sounds like it based off samples of big band era stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so that nothing like that here. Although we do still have saxophone and there's trumpet and stuff, I think we heard in a previous song. Mm-hmm. So like there's still extra instrumentation going on, but man, it's really interesting. I hope they keep the distortion feel the whole time. I think that would be really cool.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. Then we're already 3 songs out of a 10-song album down, so we'll see what happens now. Right. Now we're to Knick, or Knick, in 3, 2, 1. Come as you are, as a friend. Sorry.
And now it's a good pull.
No, it's just the same clean guitar.
Yeah, it sounded similar.
Distorted vocal. This is so well recorded. You can pick out every single individual thing and listen to it and hear it clearly.
Yeah.
I like this. It makes sense coming after 3 more intense songs.
Yeah.
And it still could get intense. We don't know.
the cop, the creep, or the fool. On dreams where we ride. Will the dream survive? I remain positive. We don't need more rules, we can bend.
Whoa.
I'll hold you till the golden boomerang returns, so you can jump into the sanding web. Me and my baby soaking in it. Stand by.
Yeah. Catchy. Very dreamy. A lot more reverb.
Only halfway through.
I know, it seems like the song could be winding down already at this point.
Here we go.
That's such a gnarly distortion.
Yeah.
But it's still very clear. You can still hear everything. I mean, there's fewer things going on, but... Ooh. This sounds phenomenal. Wow. Ooh. I mean, this is like a metal guitar solo.
Yeah.
And it's still going. I love it. Every 4 bars, I'm like, is this it? Wow. I gotta tell Chris Schoenberg to listen to this.
He's gonna get 2.5 minutes into it and be like, why did you tell me to listen to this song?
That's true. Oh yeah, make him listen to this song for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't remember what the chorus was, the first half of the song. Maybe it was the same chorus. Were you watching the lyrics?
I was wondering. No. Well, I pulled them up, but it doesn't like sync up to the lyrics, and I was having a hard time telling if they came back around to the same lyrics.
That's what I was
because it
wondering.
really felt like 2.5 minute songs that like could have just transitioned together.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if I had already forgotten what the first half of the song sounded like by the end of that second half.
Me too, for sure, 1,000%. It was so constant, but then that guitar solo was incredible. I mean, it was awesome. There were some really fun things that they did with that too, like production-wise, that were really neat. And just the overwhelming, crazy way that distorted was so... It was like there was vertical levels to that song as opposed to just being left and right. Which is such an interesting thing to say. But it felt like the guitars were like way up here. And then I was kind of like listening to something underneath them. You know, and then I was like, oh, this is this sounds bad. And then I started listening to every other instrument, and I was like, no, you can hear everything. The kick, the snare, the cymbals, you can hear everything, her voice, the guitar solo. And then the first half of the song, I mentioned that in the first half of the song too, in a completely different way. But that is just the mark of such a good mix. When you can, sometimes things are meant to be chaotic, and sometimes, but it's never, I don't think any song is ever really meant to sound mushy together.
Sure.
Like, or like the fact that it was recorded so well and mixed so well specifically, that you can reach into such a chaotic atmosphere and pinpoint the individual sounds. That is a testament to how phenomenal this sounds.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Yeah. That is, I'm shocked at this. This may end up being on my list for the year. I don't think so, but I don't know. You can buy it on cassette, Cody.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, let's just move on. I'm excited. I don't even, All right, this is Shish, the title track of the album.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
Sheesh. That's fun.
Distorted bass. Synth bass, I assume.
What is this, Diane word?
Yes, I was going to say that sounds like, what's her name?
Yeah, whatever.
Hold on, I got to look now. No. I think it's just pitch shifted vocals.
Yeah.
Yolandi Visser. Sorry, that would have bothered me until I figured it out.
Yolandi. Okay.
Yolandi. Whoa! Vocals distorted at an interesting frequency to distort them. Give me a good chorus. The distortion is so weird. When in modern distortion things, Cody, you can pick the frequencies that you're distorting from, and then they picked weird frequencies to distort on his vocals. Depeche Mode did that on one song once, where they specifically chose like the main frequency of the vocal to distort.
Yeah. Whoa.
Distortion gone. Maybe not. Video games.
There's a Star Trek reference earlier.
I wouldn't get that. Unless it was Beam Me Up.
I like the vocals on this part of the song.
Yeah.
When it switched. She's back.
This is so awesome. Do you remember the band The Polyphonic Spree?
Just their name.
Sorry, just was curious. I don't know why I thought of that now. The drums are not letting me down. They're awesome, massive sounding all the time. Not all the time, but when you want them to be. That melody sounds familiar. Probably heard it earlier in the song. There's a lot of weird flanging, phasing stuff on everything.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a Dan Auerbach guitar tone in the middle there.
Yeah.
Like a buzz, fly buzzing.
Electric Loser is a good line.
Yes,
Sticks
it is.
in your head.
It is.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Legitimately awesome. That might be my favorite song on the album, though I don't think so, but maybe.
I think same thing.
I don't even know what to think. This is so weird in the best way.
It's hard to talk about it.
It is, because it's like, what do you say? Again, what I was saying with that song was you can pick. Sorry, I popped my mic quite a bit there. You can pick the frequency that you're kind of creating as the center of the distortion point. And generally, it would be frowned upon to pick a frequency that occurs often in vocals to distort. Like you want to distort something higher or lower that doesn't like get in the way of the clarity of the vocals. But especially at the beginning of that song and kind of throughout, the frequency that they were distorting the vocals at was like the main frequency of the vocals, which was it's a really interesting thing to do that you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
And like I said, Depeche Mode has a song that they did that exact thing on, and it's a really cool song that they have. But Depeche Mode somehow has managed to have, 17 albums or whatever at this point, and they never repeat an idea more than once ever. So that's one of the great things about them. But that was just so interesting. I just want to listen to the next one.
Yeah.
So so that was Shish. Now we're into Mush. This is another short one, so who knows what the heck to expect. This is Mush in 3, 2, 1.
We get a little video for this one. This must be one of the singles or
I didn't
something.
See that.
You never see the videos. Ooh.
That sounds like dogs almost.
Yeah.
Interesting guitars. Those are like the Hives or something guitars, or the Strokes.
Yeah.
Whoa! A snare roll like this. All the lyrics all in English?
He did say Konnichiwa.
That was weird, what they just did there, whatever it was. Katamari Damacy?
They're rolling up the galaxy in
Katamari Damacy, let's go!
What's with all the video game stuff?
I know, I love it. We broke it through into the mainstream, Cody.
Yeah, it's not cool anymore. Never was.
Don't tell me I wasted 120 hours in Assassin's Creed. This is weird.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. What are we listening to? Something sliding. But there was a slide in there. I want one of the songs on this album to just be like super crystal clear production, beautiful, like orchestra.
I can't believe this is such a short song and they managed to switch it up like this.
Yeah. It's speeding up. Oh, hold on. I got to get through. Okay. I wanted to pause it before the next song started.
I like that one.
Yeah, I thought that was great too. Really
it's like
fast
a less
vocals.
offensive version of their like punk song.
Yes, yeah. But the vocals were just like
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Like really like fast vocals.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of one of the things that I'm noticing is that the songs are just at a faster tempo than most bands are. Maybe, I don't know. It still has that kind of groove to it, but a lot of it does feel quite fast. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That was interesting. The like I said, the really like spanky electric guitar part, that part off to the side that I said sounded like the Vines or the Strokes or something like that.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting thing in there that we haven't really heard on the album, like a guitar sound like that yet. Mm-hmm. So again, they're finding ways to make it really interesting and different. And it would be easier to probably discern what's happening if the vocals were more in the middle rather than being so crazy and spread wide and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the lead vocals kind of still are, but her vocals the last two songs have been really spread wide and very chaotic feeling.
And then sometimes they do that phase shifting thing where it's even
when they're
crazier.
both together singing. Yeah. That is really goofy. Interesting. All right. This is Tyonek in 3, 2, 1.
Up before the dogs.
What? They just gave us a 3 and a click?
Up before the snowcats.
3. And then she starts singing. What the hell is that? Jenny Generator? I'm like scared because at any moment it could attack me.
Yeah.
That synth in the middle is cool.
Whoa.
That was a good place to put a woo! Because
Yeah.
man, it belonged there. Put vocals in the middle, you cowards. I bet they had so much fun making this. Like, no way, can we really do that? Yeah, sure. What was that word they were saying there?
Say nothing.
Okay. This is like a drum and bass beat. I bet they had so much fun making these sounds. How do they perform these live? You know, it's gotta be
Maybe they don't.
Ah, they do. Some weird frequencies in there. What a weird guitar part, and it's way too loud. All right, we'll pause it.
I feel like I should recognize that song they were listening to.
Man, it's so weird again. That song I felt was a little disappointing because the lead vocal was distorted and kind of buried the whole time. And they were doing a catchy part that they did repeat 3 times, and then they did that Say Nothing part 3 times as well. So I appreciate that, but it was kind of hard to hear what was happening at all. The vocals were just kind of more of a background instrument in that song.
Yeah, I mean, the first third of it, they were pretty clean. We could understand everything they were saying. Right?
Yes, yeah.
So that, I guess you're talking about after they switched it, which has happened in a lot of these songs where it's a third of the way or half the way through, they'll switch it and they'll go back and forth to like 2 different vocal styles.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're different vocalists in this song. Or...
Well, they do have different vocalists.
Yeah.
There are different people listed to do vocals. So Danny Bell, vocals. John Gurley, vocals. Zoe Manville, vocals.
Okay.
David Marion, vocals. Malcolm McRae, vocals.
Because that's what I would have said. Is it sounds like 5 different people.
Aza Tacone, vocals. So there's 1, 2, 3... 4 people who are just listed for vocals.
Okay.
and I don't know if they're in the band or not. And then John Gurley is listed for vocal. He's like the main dude. Vocals, guitar, Fender 6, synths, acoustic guitar, programming, and piano.
Okay.
So, but I would guess the actual members of the band are Danny Bell, Sam Gellerstein, John Gooley, and Zoe Manville.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean that. There's not even anyone listed for drums on here. There isn't. Oh yeah, right here, Kane Richotte, which I mentioned him for his recording engineer. He probably recorded himself doing drums. He must be a member of the band too. Okay. I mean, I could just click on the band and look at the members of the band.
There's a lot of members.
Oh wow. Wow, there is a lot.
I just see the picture of them. It's like 6 of them, right?
Well, we'll look below it on. Are you on Wikipedia? Past members: Nick, Wesley, Harvey, Jason, Garrett, Ryan, Noah, Dewey, Kane, Zachary, Kyle, and Eric.
Oh, geez.
And that doesn't even count, I don't think, some of the people. But it just seems it's a very collaborative thing. It seems like, they.
Yeah.
Just,
If you just scroll down to like band members, the only current members are 2.
Yes.
Okay.
I read that earlier, that the only founding members, John and his wife Zoe.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the timeline or whatever, everyone else stops before this album or before the last album. So I guess they're just bringing in a lot of different people to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, which that's actually really cool. Some of my not some, but like a couple of my favorite albums that I can think of off the top of my head, like an album that I sort of it's not the same vibe as this at all, but more Chiba. They're a really great sort of trip hop band. And they are kind of a trip hop band, but their lead vocalist left, and then they did an album where they just got a different person to sing lead vocals on every song.
Yeah.
And it's like one of my favorite albums I've ever heard because it's really awesome. It's very consistent, but the vocals are different on every song, and I love it. I love that.
Man, it took them 8 albums to have a hit.
Yeah, they're an interesting band, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it really is interesting. And
what's funny is they released an album in 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 13, and then they took a little break. 17 was their big hit. Mm-hmm. And then they didn't put out another album for 6 years after that.
Yep. And I think
you're hitting an album every year, then you have a big hit, and then you don't put out an album after that.
Yeah, it is really weird. That is true. They probably toured the whole world with that.
I suppose, yeah, they probably
But still, that's a long time. But
Yeah.
their album Evil Friends, though, I know they had a big song on that one, I think, because I remember seeing that, or maybe that was just because I was working at Hastings at the time, but I remember seeing and hearing people talk about that album a lot.
And maybe it had some buzz, but their first single that was on the Hot 100 was "Feel It Still,"
right?
which was 2017. So
yeah, so I'm really curious if he was previously the lead singer in the post-hardcore band Anatomy of a Ghost.
What?
They only released one album though, but it was on Fearless Records, so very different.
They put out a single in 2020 featuring, you'll never guess, Weird Al Yankovic.
Really?
Like a serious song.
Interesting.
And I was not aware of that one.
So I was thinking that maybe they released music under a different name or something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it, because I thought, well, maybe he has a different band, or him and his wife were in a band just by themselves that isn't Portugal the Man, and then they released music, maybe they released an album in 2020 or something, just to explain for that gap there. But I mean, also the pandemic happened, but still.
That's true, yeah. And they put out, that I did know their song "What Me Worry," because that was on the alternative channel for quite a while in 2022. Mm-hmm. But that one, they've only had one song hit the main Billboard chart.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I know.
And for it to be so huge too.
Yeah, and I know specifically that, like I said, American Ghetto was a bit later in their career already.
Yeah.
And they did, every one of their albums before that is known for being widely different, I think, from album to album. I'm pretty sure.
Huh. What an interesting band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really an interesting.
I'm curious if they have a hardcore. I guess you'll find out when you post this video. Do they have a hardcore group that follows them?
Yeah,
that kind of a thing.
Let us know if this is a band we should look more into.
Yeah,
I'm really curious. This. I don't think they have anything that sounds like this, though. I mean, this is just bonkers.
It is, but I'm kind of starting to get a theme aside from the lyrical themes to this and the titles and stuff. But it's all of the songs you expect them to change up in the middle or halfway through, and maybe go back and forth a couple times and do different vocals, and then have a hard riff that comes in at some point.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they've ever used distorted guitar on their stuff like this before, ever.
Yeah, that's not what I was expecting for sure.
No. All right, let's listen to Kokhanockers.
Okay.
This is only 3:09, so who knows what we're going to get. In 3, 2, 1.
Big one in centrality. All the rules still wait to be seen.
There is no place to hide.
Interesting.
Tomorrow, the afterlife. Longing for a life before between the red and blue. Oh, you can stand before the people, but the people don't see.
Do you think this album will have a single?
Emptiness inside a paper cup.
I guess we'll see on the next track, which has a million plays.
Oh, right.
So that emptiness and nothingness feels like home. No place feels safe anymore until the rock outside the door.
That's Certainly not this song.
No. Although I was going to say a little bit ago that it feels way more straightforward.
And I like this style of vocals. We've had these vocals once or twice on this album, and I like them.
Well, right now it's just one track rather than like five all going at once spread wide.
But you can keep on hanging on to golden land. But the people don't see you, just emptiness inside the people. Don't pop the pink balloon. You can stand before the
I love the stutter edit stuff, the abrupt things.
Me too.
just emptiness inside the people. Don't pop the pink balloon. We're holding on,
I was going to say we've kind of gotten away from the super high fidelity sounding stuff. The last few songs, it's been more mushy.
Yeah.
dry your eyes, girl, no more crying.
Like, this sounds great.
Are you happy now?
And we've got like nothing like this on the whole album.
Crying. Believing that you're happy now. Dry your eyes, girl, no more crying. Believing that you're happy now. Dry your eyes, girl, no more crying. Believing that you're happy now. Dry your eyes, girl, no more crying. Believing that you're happy now. Dry your eyes.
Yeah, definitely more straightforward vocals on this, although there's no catchy hooks, there's no singing along to this, you know.
There's like there's vinyl scratching in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Do you want? I mean, I don't have anything really.
We
to
just
say
go
about
on to
that.
the next one.
Yeah, let's
I'm
just
really
go
curious
on.
what the next one
Yeah,
sounds
this
like.
is the single, so I guess we'll see. All right, this is Tanana. In 3, 2, 1. It's just this the whole time.
Maybe it's the world gone blind. They'll trade you truth for a lie, an eye for an eye. Little birdie told me nobody's born bad. And if you don't see the smoke, you won't see what's coming. Or flowers till the petals are falling. I feel a sadness coming down.
Okay. Oh, this is the single.
Yeah.
The quality. Wow. The drums just sound disgustingly good.
Everything's well, it's well in the end. So throw off your clothes, have sex with a friend.
If you say so.
Turn on the tap just to watch it running out. Not your mother's mission, keep it.
This has like a throwback feel to it too, like a 70s kind of throwback
Yeah.
aspects of it. Whoa. That sounds like a ringtone or something in there, like really slicing through the frequencies.
A light till the shadows are crawling. I feel a sadness coming down. The pigs run in the zoo. There's murder in the news. Things work like me.
I like that chorus.
Yeah. Okay, get distorted here.
Still gonna get weird with it?
A little Pink Floyd.
Sure. Is that phase stuff again.
Yeah, and it was distorted all weird.
Yeah.
I could have had a little bit more of this like normal stuff on the album.
Yeah, sure.
And maybe that album that they had their huge single on it, they decided to make a whole album of serious. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
The fact that this is all about Alaska makes me think that they just did what they wanted to do on this one. You know?
Sure.
It's kind of like a back to the roots lyrics and stuff like that.
That's true. Maybe there's some of the earlier albums are heavier. You know, I don't know. I never went back and listened to them.
I will keep an ear out for this one on the alternative station.
Yeah, you'll have to do that for sure. Okay, so yes,
that was good.
That was clearly single material.
Yep.
Like the most accessible.
I probably liked it more than what we've heard. But I'm a little more basic, I guess, than this is for.
No, I think I do too. I think I liked it more as well. It just, I really enjoy super high fidelity things. Like, there's good, there's great, and then there's like a level above that you just don't hear very often. And that was like the highest level it could be, in my opinion. That was like so good. And I do think we had moments, especially in the first maybe 4 or 5 songs on the album, 4 songs maybe, where it was that high fidelity. And it was maybe not like this. There was still that crazy distortion and stuff. But I specifically on track 3, I was like, I'm shocked at how good what we're hearing sounds. And then I feel that there was like 2 or 3 songs in a row where I just felt the frequencies were kind of built up in the mid-range. And it was less clarity, and the chorus, it was like less catchy. And then this is a total return to the feeling of the first few songs on the album, I feel, minus the distortion and the crazy change up, and then with the addition of the chorus done 3 times.
Yeah.
So that was a really great single.
Yeah.
All right, now, how do they want to end this album?
I don't know.
This has got to be a slow song, right?
Probably.
I hope so, kind of, but I want it to be clear. I don't want it to be some distorted, low, far away thing. You know, I want it to be clear and in my face. Like I want them to reach the high fidelity points that they've reached on this album with the final song.
Okay.
So this is Father Gun in 3, 2, 1.
It's a Captain Beefheart all of a sudden.
That is binaural. Right? I thought that was in my room. Did you think that?
No, but I can see what you mean. Mosquito.
Vocals are far away. I think they're recording this in binaural.
Okay.
You can hear the... How do you create the space like this? It really boggles my mind. Oh, you're dead. Do something weird now. Oh.
I feel like they're taking aspects of all the songs we've heard so far and putting them in one.
Yeah.
You got that riff, you got the punk vocals for like 10 seconds in there.
Yeah.
You got the acoustic, the clean vocals.
Nothing left to defend, so easy and slowly, you're lonely. That's just the world since the dawn of man. As we heard the pretty lights, warm as moving night. Noisy beating, rising, jumping. Noisy beating, rising, jumping. Everything's alright inside my world. I feel nothing at all. Be the prophet burning up for the sun. My eyes full of fire. Live and die by the gun. This power has created a world up above us. For grandfathers and mothers. We live and die by the gun.
I wonder if this was recorded in like Dolby Atmos. This is awful. It's hurting me.
Yeah, it's rough.
No one to turn to, no heroes, no villains. I feel nothing, I feel nothing. No one to turn to, no heroes, no villains. I feel nothing, I feel nothing at all. Feel nothing, feel nothing, feel nothing, feel nothing, feel nothing.
All right.
Wow. What an experience of an album.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it, but it was cool.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I felt with the last. We just before this we
Yeah.
recorded our reaction to the new AFI album, and I kind of felt the same way. I definitely do think I liked this.
Okay.
There were things that they did throughout the album that I didn't care for, but because it made up for that in other ways, I feel. But I want to read for you real quick. I found their album on Bandcamp, and the ways you can buy this, and I'm sure it's there on Spotify as well, but you can buy it on vinyl, you can buy it on CD, you can buy it on cassette, and then you can buy the digital album, which goes up to 24-bit 48K. So you can buy it in high fidelity audio, which is kind of neat. And it only costs $9 to get the 24-bit version, which Bandcamp usually offer whatever rate they charge for the album. You can get the highest quality bit rate that it gets uploaded in.
Yeah.
So that's pretty great. You could also get their entire discography for $97 if you wanted to. It's 15 albums. But it says about the album, it says, Portugal the Man sings about the more righteous world witnessed at home and the vision for the rest of us, taking only what we need, advocating for others at every turn, and sharing the best of what we've learned to give everyone a chance to be better still. That's all it says. Now, I didn't get that from any of that, but I wasn't looking at any of the lyrics, which is probably where most of that's coming from.
Okay.
But the thing that this album left me my impression with is the heaviness of it and the distortion. Oh, no, that's true. That's not true. I don't want to say the heaviness of it. because I don't really think that it was heavy. I think that it was distorted in a really unique way, and they used traditionally heavy elements, but I don't feel like the songs were heavy. The only song that was really heavy was that track 2.
Yeah.
Where they were doing the like punky, screamy vocals. But there were other moments of the songs, where it felt enormous and it felt very big. And definitely heavy would be a way you could describe it, but I think it was almost more like experimentally distorted.
Yeah, I would. Sure.
I mean, this is an audio engineer's album. You know?
Yeah, your mind was racing the entire time.
I mean, this because it's like, how? And especially that last track, that made me wonder if there were moments on the album where they recorded it in like, and it doesn't have to be binaural, but that it sounded so crazy on that last track.
Yeah.
That it did sound like binaural or some sort of 360 or some sort of a technique that's beyond just stereo.
Recording.
Yeah. And then I started wondering, well, what if the vocals we were hearing, because there's no way you couldn't set up say you did have we recorded stuff in binaural at the studio. It's not hard, right? You just
need like a fake head, and then
you don't even have to have a fake head, something that's roughly the density and width of a head, and then you put microphones where the ears are, and it simulates very accurate stereo identification information. But
to the point that your brain sounds like it's in the room with you.
Yes.
Because I assume it's because if you just put 2 mics there, okay, the mic is recording 360 or 180 or whatever, but if your head is blocking this side of this mic and your head is blocking this side of this mic, and is that like...
Yes.
There's like imperceptible differences that your brain notices, right?
With just 2 microphones, you're really only recording left and right.
Yeah.
And you can hear things in between, obviously, but it's just left and right. When you add that extra element of the fake head or the head or whatever in there, it's simulating exactly how your ears hear directional sound.
Yeah.
And so it's like the same thing. But then I was thinking, well, why couldn't you? It's just 2 tracks, right? So you're recording 2 tracks instead of 1. So why couldn't you theoretically? And it might be, and I'm not saying I think that they did this on the album, though they could have, and I wouldn't have maybe known. But like, why not have him standing here to record his lead vocals and then have him go stand over here and record both tracks and then have him go record his third part over here or have her, you know what I mean? So you're creating...
It's like double exposing a photograph to put someone in 2 different places, and then you layer him over, and it's like he's standing in those 3 different places.
And when we're listening to it, we're listening to like 7 tracks of vocals at all times anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, and normally you would just record a mono signal, and you pan 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in the middle, and then you can, you do different things to them. But like, why couldn't you have him stand in the middle, record it stereo, have him stand on the left, record it's stereo, have him stand on the right, record it stereo, and then all 3 of those tracks have the stereo imaging information in them.
Yeah.
And then you're not panning the tracks. They're naturally panned by where they're standing in the room stereo. And so why couldn't you do that?
Yeah, I wonder. I would love to hear, without all this in a song, I would love to hear someone record that way and then record it the traditional way and see how they sound different.
Yeah. That would be awesome to do. It wouldn't even be that hard actually, but it would be hard to like show that. But anyway, I'm almost wondering if some of the things that where I was talking about where you could pinpoint stuff in its location, like there could have been other elements recorded that way. And it doesn't have to be, but there were a couple moments when I was listening to this where I was like, how do you create, and I said it several times, like, how do you create this sonic, how do you create the space that you're hearing the instruments exist in and have it be so big? Right? Because every time you're placing an instrument or a voice or something, like right now we're both panned in the middle, but I could pan me to the left or to the right or whatever. And then what you do is you can add fake reverb and things to it that are stereo to make it sound like you're standing off to the side or whatever. And you can just pan something to the left, a mono signal, and you sound more to the left. But like, how do you create that sense of space and have it be so big? And one way to do that would be to do what we're talking about, where you record it with stereo microphones and you put the actual sound source off to a side, and then you don't actually pan the track. You just leave the left and right, and the panning is where you're standing in the room.
Yeah.
And with digital recording technology, you can do that because you could just record 2 tracks for every 1 track you would have recorded otherwise. You know what I mean? It's just that then there's phasing things, and there's weird issues that come up with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But they were using a lot of phasing things on purpose, phasing as an effect on this album too.
Like when you guys would record binaural stuff, what was that for?
Just to test it and see.
Okay.
Like, because you record it and then you sit down and listen with headphones and you're like, does it sound more like, like real?
Yeah, because I've never heard
stereo.
of that. I've never heard of that being used like in a song, where you're then layering other stuff on top of that.
Yeah, I have a metal album that was recorded. It was recorded, I think, in 2002, maybe 2003. But it's an album called Audio Injected Soul by a metal band called Knick, and they recorded. It says like on the back of the album that they used binaural technology to record a couple of things on certain tracks.
Interesting.
And so the intro of the album is sound effects.
Okay.
Basically. But then on one of the songs, they recorded certain elements in binaural. However, then they went and panned regular mono signals, all weird and stuff too. So it was kind of more like a weird thing. Yeah. But at one point, it does sound like when he's doing the verse that he's like walking through the room. But the song is a metal song, so you don't really you're not really hearing the subtleties of things.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we could look up like albums that utilize binaural technology.
Yeah. Because I've only ever really thought about it being used for like sound effects, like
video
gimmicky
games
things, or positional stuff in video games, which I guess that would be like simulated, but yeah, I've never heard of like record a vocalist that way, or even instruments or whatever.
So I looked it up, and Google AI says Pearl Jam has an album called Binaural.
Okay.
And it says that they used binaural stuff on the album. It says many albums released by artists specializing in binaural beats for wellness and relaxation are also available on the internet.
Yeah, see, I would expect that, like.
So it says, okay, so here's a list. It says
ASMR stuff.
So Pearl Jam has an album called Binaural. The Rolling Stones live album, they have a live album that was recorded using binaural method. Now, that doesn't mean anything. That could be one thing that they used once at some point. There's a band called Can that has an album called Flow Motion.
Is Can still around? No.
I don't know.
They're from the 60s.
Well, anyone could have used binaural technology.
Okay, I guess. I guess. I don't know. Huh.
It says Flow Motion is the 7th studio album by German rock band Can. It was released on October 1976 and features the hit single I Want More. And it says Flow Motion was mixed using artificial head binaural stereo. All lyrics were written by Peter Gilmore. Peter Gilmore?
Not David Gilmour.
No, I guess I was thinking, I don't know. The band's live sound engineer, and cherry picked the parts that they liked the most and performed them. Michael preferred simple text that he could sing. A disco vibe dominates the track I Want More. What is this band, Can?
Can is it's German rock. They're like a hipster classic rock band, I guess. I've never really gotten that into them. I think they kind of get into like some experimental art rock stuff.
Well, hold on. There's then Yoshi Horikawa.
Okay.
And then Cry Wolf. Oblivion Part 2, their song features binaural elements. Then there are jazz and audiophile records. It says Chesky Records, known for high-quality jazz recording, uses binaural technology, including...
Because I could see that doing that for like recorded orchestra that way or something like that, where it's not unamplified stuff where you can pick out the position of the different instruments.
It does have one. It says Igor Stravinsky's famous album, "The Rite of Spring" song. There is a version of "The Rite of Spring" that was recorded using binaural technology.
Okay.
I mean, we recorded using what was called a sound disc with Cleat when we would record, and that is it's two microphones. I guess I can use. Hey, this is actually perfect. So we had something that was roughly. Can you see me here?
Yeah.
We had something that was roughly the size of this record. It was a little bit smaller, and it was about this thick, and it was a piece of wood, and then with foam, with sound deadening foam on both sides.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you take your microphones and you have them like this, one over here, pointing at a 45-ish, maybe a little less than 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Actually about 45 degrees. And then on the other side, the same thing. So you're pointing in at the disc like this.
Sure.
And it gives you an interesting different, it's called a sound disc, I think, or stereo disc or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was called. But Cleat, we were the only people that used that.
Okay.
And we used it for all of our classical and we used it for almost all of our field recordings. And cool. It's essentially the same basic principle, except not less extreme, and it doesn't have anything to do with your head, or it's just you put a block in the middle of it, and then the sounds bounce off of it, but they get absorbed by the stuff. I guess that's the same kind of thing. I think it's called the stereo disc. I should look that up. But it says binaural beats. It sounds like people use it to make like
concentration stuff.
Yeah, and stuff like that, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know a lot of electronic artists who have released like, here, this was a question I was going to ask. Is there any electronic music using binaural recordings? Let's see what people said. Spangle, the God Particle.
See, I think it would lend itself more to live instruments or like unamplified stuff, I guess.
I mean, yes. I mean, you couldn't create a synthetic sound that was made that way.
Right.
But Spangle, the God Particle, is what these people are mentioning, and everyone's like, oh, that's a great example. And then some idiot is on here saying, there's something to keep in mind if you ever make music is that some people only listen to songs in one ear. Or have partial deafness, and some DJs play their sets in mono. Shut up, you idiot.
It's interesting. So you got monaural, which is just mono, and then you have binaural, which is different than stereo.
Well, mono is, that's true, I guess.
Like, you would think that the next word we would... I don't know if the word monaural existed before the word stereo in music, or if it was just the way you recorded.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, the obvious counterpart would be binaural.
Oh, John Hopkins. Spatial audio versions of... See, spatial audio is different. But I have several John Hopkins records, I think. This says Gene Michael... Huh?
Hopkins lymphoma? Hopkins?
Not Hodgkins.
Oh, that's John Hodgkins.
Yeah.
Or no, John Hodgkins is another guy.
No, John Hopkins. He does
John Hopkins University. That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of someone different then. But this says Jean Michael Jarre, Yare.
Oh,
I've heard of that person. It says he has a couple binaural albums. They're called Amazonia, Oxymore, and Live at Notre Dame.
Huh. I have one of his
that
albums,
sounds familiar. Jean Michael Jarre.
Yeah, I have his album Oxygene, and that has a song on it that was on the Pure Mood soundtrack.
I think that's one of the songs that they had listed.
Oxygene was inspired by the track Popcorn.
Hey, there you go.
Bringing it.
Got it.
Huh. Okay, so that was 70s. He's a 70s guy. So that makes sense. They were starting to experiment when they got
with stereo stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, stereo was way before that, but yeah. But I think nowadays people use binaural recording for video game soundtracks for Foley and stuff. I think that's
Yeah.
used a lot. Chris, if Chris were here, he would probably know a lot more. Chris Parker, I think he would probably
Yeah.
know more about that.
Well,
kind
you
of
could
stuff.
probably, when you have a 3D space in a video game, you could take a footstep sound and then synthetically make it sound like it's here or further away. Just,
yeah.
I don't exactly know what algorithm would do that, but they do something in that.
Yeah,
fact.
that's what Chris has done. Chris has worked
Yeah.
on video games for. I don't know if he's worked on anything that was 3D. I think most of it was like a side scrolling.
Yeah, sure.
But in any case, we don't know if that was used on this recording, though. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Regardless,
If it wasn't, then
fantastic.
that was a long sidebar.
Yeah, but that's all right. It's still interesting.
Sure.
And if you don't know what binaural is, we kind of discussed it, but like I highly recommend looking into it. Yeah, and I wonder if BT ever used that on his albums, because he has several albums that he's mixed in surround sound.
Oh yeah.
And so I would wonder if people who mix their stuff, or like Dolby Atmos and stuff, like,
yeah.
or like that Blur record we listened to, the
has an
life
Atmos
of
mix,
Darren, or the Ballad of Darren.
Yeah.
That they did release a Dolby Atmos version of that. So I don't know, but a lot of the times that kind of stuff just means you're putting stuff behind,
Yeah.
and you listen to it in surround sound. But BT has several albums. This Binary Universe is the one that comes to mind specifically, where he made it specifically in surround sound. And it comes with a DVD of it in surround sound. It's a very expensive thing that I bought when it first came out. And it's a really expensive album now, but I think he just re-released it and remastered it very recently. So I think he released it in surround sound still. So, but anyway, this was a goofy album. I really liked it a lot. I think that during the first after the fourth song, I was like, is this album going to be on my top 12 list?
Yeah, you did say that.
Which would have been bonkers to me, because I already have like 20 albums that could be on there and I would not expect this. But the album did have a big lull, I feel, in the last third of it.
Yeah.
That last song was a little disappointing to me. I thought it was really cool. I don't think it was worthy of final track vibes.
Yeah, sure.
I think the song before it probably should have gone there and flipped those around maybe.
I like Tanana a lot. It's catchy. I expect to hear that on the alternative stations. I can't imagine it breaking into a mainstream hit, but
well, it could. I feel like it could. It's the type
could.
of song that could, but I don't. It'd have to be used in a
Potentially.
movie or something. Like,
yeah.
nothing for them will ever. I mean, they're living off of their money from that other song.
So I was curious. So I went back in time in Wikipedia to look at what their Wikipedia looked like in 2016 before they had their hit,
Okay,
just to see if it was like fleshed out or if it was like.
how do you
And
do
there's-
that?
You could view the history on Wikipedia. Just go back.
Interesting. Okay, I guess never do that.
But it's you could tell it was written a little more
By them,
like not as professionally written. It's kind of like a small band, but it's pretty lengthy. And
Yeah.
it looks like the album before, which is I think the one you mentioned, was
Evil Friends or whatever.
yeah, that was produced by Danger Mouse. So they had
Yeah.
obviously started getting like some recognition before then, even if they didn't have hits.
Yeah, and they were a band that was known for sure.
Yeah,
Like I'm not
and
I knew who they
toured
were.
with the Black Keys in 2011,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Ex-
So
exactly with this album, because this album, exactly.
that would have been So and that's what you said, is that they were known beforehand. They just didn't have a hit.
Yeah. Well,
So-
and having a billion listen song, like that's massive.
It's crazy.
That's like one of my favorite bands of all time. And it's unfortunate because their last album is so trash awful that I don't even think about them anymore. But I've talked to you about them a billion times, called the band called The Heavy, right?
Yeah.
They have a song that did that went massively popular, and it's still on commercials right now. They sing that song.
How You Like Me Now?
How you like me now? How you like me
Yeah.
now? Right. Wait, they don't. And look, that's only has 196 million plays. I think people don't even know what it is, but it's literally in commercials right now. And that song was recorded 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That album's from 2009. That song came out from, and that song has been consistently used in media the entire time.
Yeah, they've probably made so much money off that.
That's what I'm saying. They've used so much money on, made so much money off of that, and it is not well, it is kind of a good representation of what they are, but then they still screw up and have a terrible sounding album, which was their last album. So bands like this that have they're not one hit wonders. They just have a crazy hit.
Yeah,
and like the Heavy is a one hit wonder, but like Portugal the Man, you know, it was
their 8th album. They were obviously doing decent enough to keep making albums and tour with bands and stuff without ever having a hit. And they probably would have kept existing to today without that hit. But I can't imagine how much money and fame they got. That must have been insane for them.
Yeah,
and band from Alaska that was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is really interesting. And they have the stupidest name for a band ever.
They really do.
It's not as bad as I actually think We Butter the Bread with Butter is a badass name, but Portugal, the Man, is just goofy. So I don't know. Okay, so everybody watching this video, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching it with us. Let us know, based on all the stuff we've talked about, if we should listen to more. Let us know what we're wrong about, for sure. Let me know if there are other bands like this. Think of some other bands like this that one of the things that comes to mind is that song I mentioned earlier, that Someone I Used to Know or whatever. Somebody that I used to know, right? That
Goatee,
and then Gautier or whatever. And then they went just disappeared.
Yeah, that was a one hit wonder.
Yeah. And so let us know other stuff like this that you think we should check out. Or whatever, just let us know any more history about this band, if they're involved in anything else that I just didn't find.
What I want to know is, did they have like a big following that like follows them around? Is it that kind of band, or I want to know what their fan base is like?
Yeah, so. I would say so, because they're very weird. Like, other than that hit, if you took that one song away, I would say they're the kind of band that would have a pretty good cult following.
I think so too. And what does their fan base think about their mega stardom period? I'm always interested in stuff like that.
So. That is a good question to ask. So let us know in the comments. Check out our Discord as well. I think I mentioned that earlier. And just, give the channel a look around and think about subscribing if you want to.
Yeah. Go watch the 21 Pilots videos.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And stick around in December for our top 12 albums of the year video, because it's something I put a lot of effort into. I do that with Chris, not Cody.
Yeah.
As Cody said, he doesn't even listen to 12 albums in a year that are out that year. There's too many Yes albums to bash that you gotta go back and listen to.
That's right. Hey, there's 80 years of rock and roll history. There's plenty of good stuff to listen to. I don't need to listen to new stuff. That's what I tell my wife when she wants to go see like a new movie. I'm like, why would we watch that when we can watch the greatest movie of all time?
Right.
For free right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I maintain that the greatest album of all time is being recorded right now. And I don't think there's ever a time that that's not true. So that's what I maintain. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. We will see you all next time.